Glad to see him active again. He fought 3 fights in 2015 as he was supposed to do against fighters with good records. And also in December, one of those 3 fights, he was actually on pay-per-view and had something like under 12,000 fans in Finland. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. We're talking about Robert Helenius, who's going to be taking on Johann Duhaupas April the 2nd, 2016 for, of all things, the WBC silver title heavyweight. Now, from my understanding, when you're the WBC silver champion, doesn't that make you the mandatory for the heavyweight championship? Now, what I want to know is, when it comes to the WBC, now you heard me right. Johann Duhaupas fought Deontay Wilder for the heavyweight championship of the world, the WBC. Robert Helenius is just barely ranked. I don't even think he's fully ranked in the top 15 yet of the WBC, unless, let me go to the WBC website right now. But you have the WBC champion Deontay Wilder, who has to take on Alexander Povetkin. That has to happen sometime in April, May, June of 2016. You have Anthony Joshua, who's number one Alexander Povetkin is the number one contender, and you have Anthony Joshua, who's number two, basically meaning he's the next guy in line for a mandatory shot against Anthony Joshua. So the question I have is, how is the WBC saying that Robert Helenius and Johann Duhaupas, Robert Helenius, according to the WBC rankings, I don't see him nowhere in the top 15 of the WBC rankings. Johann Duhaupas is number 16. So Robert Helenius, it says he's number 23. So the question I'm having is, his last fight was against Franz Rill, a guy who's 11-0, pretty big name over there from my understanding. And it was for the vacant European title and the vacant IBF International Heavyweight title. So this fight being for the WBC silver, I'm thinking, what does that put Robert Helenius in the top 5 of WBC rankings now? It's craziness. But Robert Helenius is a very good fighter. He's had some injury and promotional issues. Many were thinking that he was going to fight Derek Chisora again, but he's going for a fight that I feel is very good for his career, as I said. Well, put it this way. He fought once in 2012, once in 2013, no times in 2014, 3 fights in 2015, and now he's fighting at a relatively solid pace as far as fighting in April of 2016. And maybe sometime in 2017, he'll be getting a title shot. I mean, he's 32 years old. It's about time that he gets back on the pace to which he was a couple of years ago, because at one point in time, Robert Helenius was a top heavyweight prospect before Anthony Joshua, Joseph Parker, and Deontay Wilder came along, or as far as became mainstream. So right now, it's all about, okay, he's active. Right now, I want to see how good he does against Johann Duhaupas, if he can get an early stoppage, because right now, he hasn't really been getting, he did stop 2 of his last 3 opponents, but outside of that, including the Derek Chisora stoppage, he hasn't really been getting stoppages like that. And if he was to get a stoppage against a Johann Duhaupas, a guy that Deontay Wilder actually had a fight with, that would do really wonders for his career. But it's going to be on April the 2nd, 2016. Of course, it's not going to be televised in the United States. I'm going to have to find some type of way to watch the fight. I'm actually interested in the fight highly, and I'm probably going to be watching the fight maybe on, when is April the 2nd? Is that a Saturday? Yeah, April 2nd is a Saturday. Okay, so that's either going to be really early in the morning for me, like 4 or 5 in the morning, or sometimes 5 or 6 p.m. in the evening. I'm T Street Controversy. Follow me on Twitter. All my social media is right down below in the description box. Please subscribe.